Okay, so let's now look at changing our object properties. I've updated the drawing a little bit here just to add some new objects. So we've got some polylines here, like so. We've got more circles, and we've still got our rectangle here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to edit the object properties. Now, there are two ways of doing this. You can edit your object properties by way of your Layer Properties Manager here, and change color, line type, and line weight here in the Layer Properties Manager. What that would then do is it allows you to work with the by layer setting. So basically, by layer, what you're doing is saying that when you draw an object on the center layer, it's going to be cyan, it's going to use the center X2 line type, and it's going to use the default line weight. However, you can change that individually. Let's have a look at doing that. I'm going to close the Layer Properties Manager there and click on my rectangle. Now you'll see there it's on the rectangle layer, by layer, by layer, by layer there on the Properties panel. I'm going to change the color individually to red. So you can see that's now red, but it's still on the blue rectangle layer. I'm also going to change the line weight. I'm going to make that much thicker, 0.35. And what I'm going to do is put the line weight on the status bar there. And as you can see, when I hit escape now, it's now a very bold red line at 0.35 millimeters thickness on the line weight setting there. But when I select it, it is still on the rectangle layer, even though it's not adhering to the by layer rectangle properties. So that's changing color and line weight. What about line type? Well, I've already got a line type loaded. If I click there, I've got my center line type loaded. So let's have a look at drawing some center lines now. I'll just hit escape to lose that menu, and I'll select the center layer. So when I now draw a line, using the line command there on the draw panel, I'll go from midpoint snap here, go across here to midpoint snap here. When I press enter to finish, you can see now, look, it's a different line type. It's a different object property. But look, by layer for the line weight there, if I change that, that's the line type there. Line weight is just above. Easy mistake to make. Be careful which one you click on. I'll take that up to 0.35 as well. And you'll see there that even with the line weight showing at the moment, that's not adjusting. Can you see that? Because it's using a line type, a differing line type. So let's have a look at that in more detail. If I select that now, it's still on by layer. So I'll change that to 0.35, and as you can see, it's bold. So always make sure that when you click on these, that you're using the right one. Line type, line weight, color. You'll see the mistake that I deliberately made there. It didn't change its line weight because I clicked on here and then went up to here, but I didn't actually select 0.35. So as you can see, that's now standing out. If I switch line weight off, they adopt the default line weight. That's purely for clarity so that I can see what I'm drafting. If I apply this one and this one with a line weight now of 0.35, they don't actually look any different at all because line weight isn't on down here on the status bar. Now it's obvious that we're using a line weight. So we've looked at color, line weight, and line type. Let's say that I want to change the line type of these two polylines. I don't want them to use the continuous line type, but I don't want to change the line type here in the Layer Properties Manager. You can see there, polyline is magenta and it's using a continuous line type. So what we'll do, we'll just change them individually by selecting both of them, like that, and then clicking on the line type here. It's by layer at the moment. I can load up a new line type by clicking on Other. So I click on Load there, and I'll load up, let's say, a hidden detail line type here. So there's hidden X2, where the dashes are twice as big. I'll OK that. Select hidden X2 there and OK it again. So now what I can do is utilize that hidden X2. I'll select those. They're by layer at the moment, and then when I select hidden X2, you'll see they become dashed. Even though when I click on them, they're on the polyline layer here, but they've got their own individual line type and line weight. If I convert those back to by layer, they'll go back to a continuous line type, like so. Can you see that's gone back to a continuous line type? and also a differing thickness. Let's change this one, and again we'll change that one to by layer there, and by layer again, and you'll see when I hit escape now they're both back to normal. So you can see there that you can change your object properties very quickly by using the properties panel here for individual changes, and use your layer properties manager for global generic changes to objects all on the same layer.